Let's talk about it.
Welcome, everybody. Let's go Niners. My name is Jason Aponte.
I'm Jason Aponte. The San Francisco 49ers lose to the Los Angeles Rams 27-24. Almost a fight nearly at the end. Almost a chance with the hook and ladder play, but let's get right into it. That's a fucking pitiful loss. Fucking pitiful. Not hyperbole. Doesn't mean that the season's over, but that was fucking pitiful. Look, there's no way that game should have ever gotten there. None. Roberto, thanks for the donation, man. Our defensive line is overrated. Oh, I got something for the defense, too. We'll get to it. Firstly, I want to say, Brock Purdy, you had a great game. Shout out to Juwan Jennings. It seems like every time that Juwan Jennings has a really big game, the 49ers find a way to not win. Yes, I'm talking about the Super Bowl as well, too. But there's no closers on defense here through 3 weeks. The defensive line can't finish. Letting Stafford move around. The secondary, particularly the safeties, continue to give up big plays and get gashed. The defense is just bad right now. And there's no two ways around it. They're just bad. The 49ers and our fan base, we're going to take a lot this entire week. The 49ers absolutely deserve everything that's about to be said about them. You get a game like that where if I would have told you Juwan Jennings is going to score 3 touchdowns in this game, you say by how much the 49ers would win. Nope. This game had a chance again to be out of hand. 14-0. You let up a fake punt. Special teams continues to be fucking atrocious everywhere. Special teams can't tackle. Special teams missing kicks. Mitch Wisnowski, if you're great at punting and you can punt this banana ball that makes people fumble, why don't you ever do it? Because it's bullshit and it's a lie. And it was never true. Special teams continues to be terrible. Defense can't get off the field on third downs. When you allow a team to hang around. And this is what I was worried about all week, and I kept saying it. Sean McVay is the perfect coach to kind of get them through this. And if you allow them to hang around, when you have a quarterback like Matthew Stafford who can make throws, and if you're making mistakes on defense, he will capitalize on you. Atrocious loss. Everybody deserves blame, except for like Brock and Juwan Jennings, right? I guess. Ronnie Bell, I knew you were going to play over Jacob Cowing. I knew it. I said it all week. Everyone was talking about Jacob Cowing. Said there's no way that he's going to get snaps over Juwan Jennings, Conley, or Bell. If that doesn't get Ronnie Bell in the doghouse, sent to Siberia, then there's obvious favoritism. Obvious favoritism. Players have been sent away for less. The 49ers dropped 6 passes today. Ronnie Bell's only catch was on that last hook and ladder play. He dropped both other targets. I don't know what Brock Purdy was supposed to do better on that play. Walk it up and hand it to him? Incredible, man. Incredible. Let's see. Special teams, Mater, do you know the 49ers drafted Cam Latu instead of Dewan Jones? Yeah. Nice kick, Moody. Real good. Nice kick, man. Always know how to come up clutch, don't you? Max with the donation. Kyle's play calling is not on point. Why the hell don't you run the ball before the field goal? And yeah, Bell got to get the hell off this team. So Kyle was doing kind of like the zigging and zagging thing where like, oh, they think we're going to run it. We're going to throw it. And that's confidence in Brock. I get it. But my God, man, I just have to laugh at the Ronnie Bell drop and the special teams shit. Because I feel like the 49ers haven't been good on special teams for way before Kyle Shanahan's time as well, too. What is it? 2012 was the last time Ted Ginn ran back a punt. It's just always an issue. Always. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what you do. But it's different coordinators, different people, different groups, and it's always the same thing. But the bigger thing is, I think we all understood that special teams was going to struggle. The defense. Where are the closers? In a game in which you needed to end this, right, with a sack, with a disruption, a turnover, something, nothing. Secondary getting torched over and over. I worried about this all week, talking about it doesn't matter the caliber of receiver. If Stafford can make all the throws and those guys even get a step, he's going to make them look really good. Tutu Atwell running right behind Charvarius Ward. The run defense. Where is it? This team looks completely different than they did in week 1, and obviously, you're missing Deebo Samuel, you're missing Christian McCaffrey, you're missing George Kittle. This game was easily winnable, though. Easily. And they should have won. They deserve all the slander they're about to get. I mean, this is absolutely pathetic. In Devondre Campbell, problem on defense. DFF falling on his face before he could even get to the guy. Just these showings and these plays. You're just like, the touchdown to Kyren Williams, the second one. Isaac Yiadom is standing, looking in the other gap, like the play's not running the other way past him. Defense looks confused. They look like they don't know what they're doing. There's nothing on the back end that's tied to pass rush. Fucking pathetic. I don't even want to say, thank God New England's next. We shouldn't be thinking like that at all. This game was so winnable, and in the beginning, it looked like it was going to be over early. Another scoring drive, right? The opening script, 49ers go right down. That looked easy. They score again. Looks easy. Fake punt. All of a sudden, shit changes and things get weird. Oh, man. Brandon Ayuk is the third-string receiver. Purdy balled his ass off. Defensive special teams beyond ass. Yeah, I mean, Purdy had a great game. Purdy threw 3 touchdowns, has the 1 fumble clearly, 255 yards. Purdy looked good. Purdy was fine. I have no problem with him. I think if you're looking at him, or for the people who have been kind of waiting to jump on Purdy, I don't think you're going to point to this performance as whatever to back you up. This team had plenty of chances to win this game. Purdy played well. But Ronnie Bell can't catch. Jake Moody can't make kicks. Defense can't get off the fucking field on third down. Telling you, they deserve everything that they're about to get. Almost 10 minutes, over 1,000 people in here, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of content coming this week. We're going to be talking about this one for a while. But, man, it is hard right now to wrap your head around what you just saw. Blowing leads. Common theme. People are going to come for Kyle Shanahan for this, too. I'm not, but I understand why people would. I think we have to have a stark, very frank discussion about where this defense is right now. Because it's not happening up front. Even with the banged up Rams offensive line, this was a perfect bounce back opportunity for everybody. For everyone. Run defense, can't stop anybody. Third down, can't get there and finish. Come on. I'm a big pressures over sacks guy, but you needed one of those just to knock out one of those third downs. Keith Murphy says cut Moody and Bell. You don't just cut a third-round kicker, Keith, unfortunately. Everybody always said that I was tripping because they drafted a kicker, and it was always, oh, Jason, you're overreacting. Oh, it's a bit. No, you don't fucking draft kickers. You find them working at Trader Joe's. You find them working at Walmart. You ask if they've kicked in high school. Do they play soccer? And then you sign them. Drafting a specialist is absolutely insane. Drafting two specialists is even more insane. The idea is not to kick field goals. The idea is not to punt the football. But Mitch Wisnowski, I heard so much about this banana ball, right? I can kick it this way, then it flips and it switches. Where the fuck is that at when you need them to muff a punt? Fucking guy's a punter. You find a punter anywhere. There are no goated punters. I think we saw it this preseason. You just find a guy off the street and make him kick the ball. And you know what? Mitch Wisnowski's not to blame for them not being able to tackle. Anybody could have seen that coming a mile away as soon as that ball got caught. Like, oh, shit. And he immediately brace contained, and there it is. Special teams absolutely atrocious in every single facet. I don't know how to fix it, but it's been years of this. Continues to happen over and over and over and over. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Shout out to Jordan Mason. I think he played well. Juwan Jennings played very well as well, obviously. So did Brock Purdy. Had a little bit of a scare with Fred Warner going down. I don't know, man. Calls on pass interferences. It looks like everybody's targeting Yadam every single time he's there. Yadam looks absolutely lost sometimes. Especially looked lost on that goal line play. He's literally looking into the other gap, and the play went the other way. And he's still standing there waiting for the runner to come in. Legend has it he's still standing there waiting for the runner to get there, even right now after the game's over. It's going to be a long look at this defense on the All-22 to try to figure out what the hell is going on. Why this is happening. Is it just straight up a talent thing? Are they put in bad spots? But again, when you have a quarterback like Matt Stafford, he's going to make guys look really good when they're running wide open. I warned about this all week. That as long as if you let them hang around, if you let them sit there, if you played a close game, it's a divisional game, it gets weird, that's what's going to happen. Game was absolutely in their hands. Should have never came down to that. But when you play like that, and it doesn't matter the opponent, and again, we say this every single time the 49ers lose. When you play a game like that, it doesn't matter who your opponent is, you're going to lose. But to lose a divisional game in the NFC, so that's 2 NFC losses if we're already getting ready for tiebreaker scenarios and everything as well too. Playoffs, I don't want to talk about playoffs. I just want to win a damn game. So we'll talk about that later. But man, if you find yourself on the outside looking in or trying to get the number 1 seed, you can look back at these NFC losses and blame yourself. I have a tough time thinking that the Minnesota Vikings are absolutely world beaters now. They're playing very well. They are 3-0. Probably should have had that game. Definitely should have had this one. I don't know, man. Shout out to all you guys in here. Almost 15 minutes. Still over 1,000 people in here. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell for when we go live. I like the way that Brock Purdy played today. I think if those Brock Purdy people who are trying to sit there and were waiting for this game, I don't think this is your game to point to. Nope. It's not. Ayuk still clearly working his way back. I know that everybody's going to jump on him now too. But if you're a Brock Purdy guy and you are waiting, oh, he has to do it with the Avengers, and looked like he did. Looked like he was hooping. Keith said it's Wilkes' fault. Honestly, I think Sorensen should just go in the booth. Let's try it. Just put him in the booth. Right? That's what I think. It's not the game, but they will 100%. They're just going to say. So what's funny is the Brock Purdy people who were waiting for him to slip up. if he would have done nothing in this game, and I mean nothing like statistically, they would say, oh, whatever, he got carried to a win. But he had a good statistical game, threw the football very well, and they lost, and they're going to say, well, couldn't lead him to a win. That's really funny to me. And that's what it's going to be. The goalposts are shifting as we speak. Brock Purdy had a great game. He looked great. But again, if you don't like him, you're just going to change your argument around. Well, I want to see him do it with without the Avengers. Okay, 3 touchdowns, 3 to Juwan Jennings, some really sparkling throws. But they lost. And then they're going to say, well, couldn't lead him to a win, so sorry, doesn't count. Crazy. Crazy to me. I feel better about him, at least. All right, let's get to some of these donations. Shout out to you guys, man. Let me see. Ryan Reed says, had them everything changed after that fake punt. Why does it feel like everything falls apart after we make a single mistake? Too good for that. Yeah, it turned the tide in the game. It did. And that's the sign of desperation, because Sean McVay feels how that game's going. He's down 14-0. He can't. They're running everything with all 2 tight ends. They're just running the football. They weren't even throwing the ball early on because they were just nervous in the way that it was going. And then you give them that little jump. And then all of a sudden they start getting rolling, and then they score a touchdown. You're right back in it now. Crazy, man. Crazy. And it felt like that was so obvious that he was going to try that right there. It's like, why aren't you prepared for that? Why couldn't you beat him to the first down? Why is it always other teams doing things like that? It's not the first time teams have run fake punts against the Niners. Special teams is god-awful. Crazy, man. Keith says that last PI is different if we have 57. Well, Greenlaw, yeah. I mean, hope we get him back. Devondre Campbell is not playing well. Let's just say that. John, thank you for the donation, buddy. We should shit on Ayuk. He signed a 3-week-old deal. He's not going to get a lot of people who are going to give him grace right now, man. I mean, and you had to know that was coming. If you sign the deal, then ball. And I think fans are upset and frustrated because he hasn't looked like himself. Fire Brendel, Tony says, man, what did Brendel do? Send Ronnie Bell to the Phantom Zone. My goodness, man. So let's talk about this real quick. So John Lynch goes on the radio on KMBR and says, I think Jacob Cowan is going to get some opportunities. I think anybody with a rational mind would say, hey, you're pretty banged up. Why don't we play a guy that you drafted and you like a lot and is fast? No. Get out there, Ronnie Bell. Go run some routes. The idea that Kyle trusts somebody more than the better player at times is crazy. It's crazy. Ronnie Bell offers you nothing as a receiver, right? He's a catch and get down guy. He's not a yak guy. He's not a downfield threat. He's if I'm open, I'll catch it and I'll take what's there and I'll just sit down. And so all week, everyone's like, oh, well, I think this is the Jacob Cowan game. No. You knew that he was going to run Conley and Bell in front of him. Kyle, man, you're a great head coach, but I disagree with you here, man. Definitely disagree with you here. Does not make sense. Does not make sense. Not a jet sweep, not a tunnel screen, not even a route run. I'll never understand it, man. He offers you nothing. If it was a case of, okay, I can see the vision. If Ronnie Bell was fast, if Ronnie Bell could separate, right? Maybe. But he can't. What does he offer? We didn't even think he was going to make this team. And you drafted Jacob Cowan. Play your guys. Play your guys. What did you draft him for? Play your guys. I don't know if Ricky Pearsall is the answer either, right? Like, we don't know. And it looks like Deebo Samuel's going to miss this Patriots game as well, too. So, man, I don't understand the thought process when it comes to, like, I trust this guy. I don't even want to think about playing the guy that we drafted. That's really fast. It's a good route runner. That shows you that you can have a little bit of that dynamicism on offense. Ayuk isn't fast, but he gets himself open with routes. Jennings is great at understanding where to go and from condensed splits and getting to his spots. And he catches the football. He's tough. You see that Moss catch? But I don't understand when you look up and down the rest of the depth while everybody's out. Chris Conley and Ronnie Bell are probably going to get more run than Jacob Count. Hard to understand, man. Hard to understand. I don't know. Is he even a catch guy? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. So I wanted to talk about this real quick. Is number 10 cursed? Seriously. Now I know Jimmy Garoppolo won a lot of games for us, but is number 10 cursed? Like, do we have to just retire it so no one can ever wear it? Ronnie Bell and Kyle Williams, I'm looking at you. I don't know what Kyle Williams is doing right now, but I'm sure he's like, what the fuck did he say fuck me for? Why am I yelling at me? Because you wore number 10. So did Ronnie Bell. What is up with that number? We got to get rid of it, I think. I think it's haunted. 10 is for sure cursed, somebody said. Oh my God, man. Woo. This one is going to be really, really hard to talk about all week, man. And a lot of people are going to come from 49ers fans and talk crazy. You got to stand in the box and take it with this one, man. It's tough. When you watch this game, and if you have the balls to watch it again, I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it again, like, on the All-22, but it'll probably frustrate you more because there's so many things right there in front of them that can be fixed. CJ says, yeah, for sure. Number 10 is super cursed. It's number 10, God damn it. Get rid of it. Get it out of there. When you cut Ronnie Bell, cut the number 10 from the 49ers. That's it. No number 10. Any player walks in here, don't give them number 10. Brock Purdy threw a dime on that play. That was exactly, I don't know what, he spoon-fed it to him. Couldn't have walked it into the better spot. I don't want to blame all of it on that, but obviously everyone is going to because the defense had plenty of times to wrap this shit up too. And they just didn't. No closers on the defensive line. Secondary, getting burnt. Devondre Campbell gets burnt all the time. He just looks out of place. Offenses are absolutely every single time looking for, where's number 22? Isaac got him, throw the football at him. He looks lost. Steven says, I'm going to just go have a good day with my wife and baby. Hey, man, that sounds great. Honestly, I think you should. Absolutely. Bottom line, when you break down this game, you're looking at a team that is not playing good football right now. And quite frankly, you're looking at a defense that is not good right now. Let's just get it out there. Not good. Ungood. That is what the defense is right now. Not being able to get stops. Run defense, atrocious again. Secondary, not knowing where to be. Guys running right by people. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hugo says, Niners D got to step it up. We're not Super Bowl bound like this. I don't think so either, obviously. But again, it is week 3. I'm venting frustrations about a single game. We'll try to figure out how to fix all this as we go along. And when we figure out who's going to actually be playing, who's returning, all that stuff. But yeah, man, this is just pathetic, Poor JJ. Poor Juwan Jennings, man. The guy has games of his life, and the 49ers end up losing the game or blowing it. Crazy, man. I think it's a bad sign when he has a good game. That should scare all of us now. Let's see. Ryan Reed, give me some hope, Jason. I need it right now after that. I think they're still going to be fine. You're going to have reinforcements. There's got to be something that they can do on defense. Again, I don't want to make any sweeping statements. I gotta watch the film and everything as well, too. The broadcast angle is hard. There's just the run defense obviously has to step up. Devondre Campbell's an absolute liability out there. The secondary continues to get picked on. I think offensively, the 49ers were great, especially Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy and Juwan Jennings, A+ in this game. But the defense, man. And the thing is, you don't even need the defense to be top 5. Like in this, you just be better. Just be better. Like, where's the sack that like ends a drive on 3rd down? Where's the play that like causes a turnover, whether it's a throw too quickly or knock the ball out of his hands? Where is it? Feel like Leonard Floyd's not even in the game sometimes. Hargrave had some good moments. I felt like he was doing well with pressures. He obviously got a sack in this one. Bosa's going to be Bosa, but man, it's tough right now with this defensive line and this defense as a whole. Is it Sorensen? I don't know yet. Early returns are not looking good. Let's just say that. But just the little things. Day late, dollar short. It feels like almost in everything. Just a little bit behind. I mean, look. They get the New England Patriots next week. I'm not going to say it. But this would have been a huge win for the 49ers. And then you get reinforcements. And then you get the Patriots. So you can start to stack wins. And you can start to feel like yourself again. Again, this offensive line for the Rams was completely banged up. Completely. And yet, the 49ers weren't able to take advantage and finish. That was a pathetic effort. And they deserve everything that everybody's going to be saying. But it is what it is at this point. Oh, man. Now we're calling 49ers losing to the Patriots. That would be horrible. Horrible, man. And again, look, I think this is what, here's my hope for you guys. You want some hope and everything. It's not all doom and gloom. I'm not saying the season's over. I'm just pissed at this loss. And I think you all are too. Doesn't mean that the 49ers aren't going anywhere or anything like that. This is just shit loss. It was fucking absolutely pathetic. But Ahmed says, we started 2-4 before and 3-5. Yes, that is very true. And the 49ers tend to, peak later on in the season. That's when you start to see them get on the run. Schedule is a little bit harder. But again, when you start to look around at who they'll be playing and what sort of shape they're in, the Dallas Cowboys, they were getting boat race for a little while. They made it close, but they lost again to the Ravens. Philadelphia Eagles don't look particularly great. The Miami Dolphins are down to their third quarterback, and you may have to face him. I don't know how long this is going to be for either Skylar and Tua, but Skylar left the game as well, too. They had to play Tim Boyle. They're down to their third quarterback. We don't know what teams are going to look like down the stretch. What this team needs to focus on is cleaning up the things that they can control and getting their reinforcements back. Once they do that, everything else can fall into place. I'm not telling you that everybody else is going to go to shit because the injuries are happening, but it's a long season. It's a long season. I can point to 2 years ago when the 49ers lost 3-4 games in a row. I mean, hell, remember losing to Colt McCoy and getting boat raced by Cliff Kingsbury and the Arizona Cardinals? Josh Norman days. Remember that? The 49ers always find a way to pick it up. But you don't want to be a team trying to just get into the playoffs. Like, this is a team that still should be at the top of the NFC right now. It's just weird, man. It's just weird. All right, Tony, thank you for the donation, buddy. Instead of going to Vegas and betting on the 49ers, I'm just going to give it to you for good content. Thanks, Jay. Wildcard team with a puncher's chance. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the donation and the kind words. Man, I really thought I nailed it, too. I said 27-17. When Mooney's lighting up for that kick, I'm like, oh, it's about to be 27-17. As soon as he missed it, I'm like, well, that's it. And then the next play, bang, right over the head, Tutu Atwell. Disgusting two-play sequence. Can't even speak. God. All right. John, thank you for the donation. Ronnie Bell looked like Brucey taking snaps in the longest yard. It's Brucey's time to shine, man. Yeah, Ronnie Bell, man, I don't want to see you on the field anymore. Yeah. Should have cut him and kept Kingston or something like that. We got to talk about the offensive line, too. For moments, there were times when the Rams were just rushing three. They were good. And then they had, they held up, against the defensive line. The Rams defensive line isn't exactly imposing. There were times where it was good, the times where it wasn't. But the defense, I'm leaving this game really pissed at the defense right now. Boxing Fan Times 4 says, I'm not reading that, but you guys can read it. I don't know. I think Bell knows where the bodies are. It's the reason that he's continuing to get a job. He knows where the bodies are, so you can't get rid of them. Or he knows some secrets. Can't get rid of them. But yeah, my God, man. Whew. That one does not feel good at all. And I understand everybody's frustration. Again, the season's not over, but you absolutely have to be disgusted with that pathetic effort, particularly on special teams and defense. That is a completely winnable game against a team that is banged up, wounded animal, literally running out their fourth and fifth string wide receivers and everybody else. Sean McVay's just a good coach, man. And when you have a good coach like that, who can game plan the scheme around, and you have a quarterback who can make all those throws, and you let them hang around, that's exactly the results you're going to get. Bottom line. Again, every single week that the 49ers lose, we always say, well, it could be cleaned up. It's just mistakes on their end and this and that. Yeah. Fix it. Why is it that this team can look so dominant certain weeks? Look like there's nobody in their class, and then play down the competition and act like that? The 49ers' tough losses never really come to, obviously in the Super Bowl, but like during the season against contenders. It's always these inferior teams or these teams, these games that you should win. It's crazy. Lester, Juwan earning trust by the target, defensive liability, 100%. 100%. Juwan Jennings, man, what a game. If America didn't know who Juwan Jennings was, you do now. We knew. He was showing in the Super Bowl. But anytime that he has a really good game, it seems like the 49ers don't finish the job. It's frustrating. You got to figure out what it is. Is it the coordinator? Is it the players? Is it the effort? I think it's a mixture of all three. Devondre Campbell, absolutely torched by Kyron Williams on that choice route. Absolutely torched. Every time a quarterback sees 22 on the field, target him. Go at Yadam. Run defense, nowhere to be found. Defensive line, not on third down can you guys get it. Obvious passing downs. It's a mixture of all three. I don't think it's as simple as just saying, oh, it's the defensive coordinator, or it's this, or it's all of it. At certain points, it's all of it. Special teams is absolutely still a horrible thing for the 49ers. It's just horrible. In all aspects. You get Renardo Green in the end zone with a call, right? Like Mustafa whiffs on a tackle, right? Young guys, you got them out there. I like that, but man, they might not be ready. But Ronnie Bell's definitely got to get routes over Jacob Cowing. I know that for a fact. He has to run routes instead of Jacob Cowing. God forbid you threw a jet sweep to Jacob Cowing or just threw a tunnel screen to him. Or, hey, maybe run him down the field on a clear out to cause some lanes to open up for throws underneath. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not a genius. So obviously I'm just a guy talking, but I don't understand these decisions. Just don't get it, man. All right. I think I'm done here, guys. It's 8:00 on the East Coast. Everybody else, enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Make sure you're locked in, like and subscribe. And we will be back this week. Tomorrow, Monday, sprint right option. Probably going to be our early day show. Tuesday, bully ball. Wednesday, state of the franchise. Thursday, Peacock and Aponte. Friday, sprint right option, as we're going to break down the Patriots and Niners game. But my God, man, I'm sorry, 49ers fans. And I don't know what I'm apologizing for because I didn't do anything, but I'm sorry. But enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy Sunday Night Football. And as always, go Niners. No, as always, go Niners. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome, everybody. Let's go Niners. My name is Jason Aponte.